what can I say? What can I say? That was history made, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel, and tonight I'm going to be giving you guys the results of WWE Backlash, which was the first premium live event post WrestleMania, but the first one in over 18 years that it would be taking place in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Shoutouts to all of my Puerto Rican fans who watch my videos. If you guys are watching this video, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. Shoutouts to you. And I'm gonna be honest, I did not expect Backlash to be what it was just today. Like, I did not expect it. But before we get into today's video, as I completely forgot that I needed to do this, guys, I'm pretty sure that we're still 37 subs away from 200. Drawing closer and closer to the goal of 200. Yep, 37 subs, getting close. And as I have said in previous videos, if this channel gets to 200 subs, I will open up this Korean Strike of Neos booster box in its entirety on the channel, on the hopes to potentially pull this guy, Elemental Hero Air Neos. If this channel gets to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. On the hopes of potentially pull a Blue Eyes, a Dark Magician, maybe even a Monster Reborn. Who the fuck knows? But if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel, on the hopes to potentially pull my second ever collector's rare. Yes, guys, hang on. Yeah, guys, you heard me right. My second ever collector's rare. If you guys missed my video from earlier today, I pulled this. Under the right light, you can actually see that it is indeed a collector's rare. Beat Cop from the Underworld from my Genesis Impact booster box from earlier this morning. So if you guys missed it, check it out, guys. I'm still in shock that I pulled it. Like, this, I know that this card, that this as a collection rare is not the most valuable, but there is still money. There's still money with this card. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. So if you guys missed that pack opening video, that box opening video, check it out. But with that being said, guys, if you guys want to see these boxes, these three, if you guys want to see these three boxes get opened on the channel, maybe you guys want more premium live event predictions and results, maybe you guys want episodes of WWE's biggest issue, maybe you guys want episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's biggest issue, maybe you guys want future deck profiles, new card discussions, WWE topics. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys have not done so already, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. Let's get straight into it, guys, because I'm going to be honest, I was not expecting any of this to come to pass. Like, this was absolutely wild. And the night kicked off with the Raw Women's title being defended as Bianca Belair defended against Io Sky. And the funny thing is that there was a lot of chatter on social media saying that both Bayley and Dakota Kai were holding Io back, and I think tonight basically proved it, as we found out, like, at the closing moments of the match. Spoilers. Closing moments of the match. Dakota Kai and Bayley came out, tried to help Io Sky defeat Bianca Belair. It all backfired as Belair defeated Io Sky with the KOD to not only retain the Raw Women's title, but now will also become the longest reigning Raw Women's Champion of all time in the modern era, breaking Becky Lynch's record, which is insane. Congrats to Bianca Belair, and props to Io Sky for giving it her all. Shout outs to both women. Now we know what's gonna happen next. But we'll get to that a little later on in this video. Next up, we have basically a battle of David versus Goliath as Seth freaking Rollins did battle with the Nigerian giant Omos, and it was basically that, a battle of David versus Goliath. You guys know, usually, especially in WWE, usually it's Goliath that sometimes wins, but oftentimes David wins. Tonight was no different. It took Seth Rollins not one, not two, but three stomps. Two normal stomps and a stomp from the top rope to pin Omos and pick up a victory over the Nigerian giant, which obviously with the World Heavyweight Championship tournament coming, taking place this coming Monday on Raw, obviously WWE officials are gonna think that maybe Rollins should be in that tournament on the Raw side of things, where who knows who will be in that tournament on the SmackDown side of things. Maybe we might see AJ Styles. Maybe we'll see Edge. I know Edge still has a little bit of beef left with the World Heavyweight title, so it's possible. But we will see. Congrats to Seth Rollins on pinning Omos. Speaking of champions, we move on to a triple threat match for the United States title between the champion Austin Theory, the challengers the almighty Bobby Lashley, and the colossal Bronson Reed. This was basically everything we had expected out of this triple threat match, because we had Austin Theory, the champion, and two big meaty men slapping meat. That joke is something Big E would be proud of. I mean, this was basically everything we had expected. I mean, Bobby Lashley tried to apply the Hurt Lock onto Bronson Reed. He applied the Hurt Lock on Theory. Couldn't get the job done. But the closing moments of the match, Lashley was able to hit Bronson Reed with the spear, which allowed Austin Theory to just, from out of nowhere, just throw Lashley out of the ring and pinned Bronson Reed to retain the United States title, which means now Lashley and Theory will now be going to SmackDown, and Bronson Reed, unfortunately, will be going to Raw as of this Monday, because now that Backlash is over, the draft will now come into full effect, and as I said, Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, all these guys are now going to be a part of SmackDown, where as opposed to Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed and whatnot, they'll be a part of Monday Night Raw. Speaking of women's titles, we move on to the SmackDown Women's title, and this one actually melted my heart, because this was a big match for Zelina Vega as she challenged Rhea Ripley of the Judgment Day for the SmackDown Women's title. Obviously, she was not only was she in front of her friends and family, her brothers and whatnot, who were sitting at ringside, but she even also was there representing her country of Puerto Rico, and what you guys are about to hear was actually kind of funny. So for those out there who are in the Latino community and don't know, one of the best weapons for an ass whooping, especially if you're punishing a kid, is the infamous chancla, or as we call, or as us U.S. natives call them, the sandal, the flip-flops, the chancla. Zelina Vega grabbed the chancla from, I guess, her mother, and threw it at Rhea Ripley. Yeah. And my brother is obviously going to be watching this, so he knows all about the chancla. And the chancla, take it from him, it ain't pretty. Once you see that chancla, you might want to run. You might want to run. And even with that, Vega, I'm being honest, she has nothing. She has absolutely nothing to be ashamed of, as she was sadly and devastatingly defeated by Rhea Ripley with a riptide, and thus Rhea Ripley is still the SmackDown Women's Champion. But this now means that both Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley will be switching titles, which means Bianca Belair will become a two-time SmackDown Women's Champion, while as opposed to Rhea Ripley, she'll become a two-time Raw Women's Champion, which for Rhea, it's kind of a bad deal, because she wanted to be SmackDown Women's Champion by defeating Charlotte Flair. She did that, but she wanted to be SmackDown Women's Champion even longer. But with the draft now coming into full effect, both Belair and Ripley will have no choice. So now Bianca Belair will have to become the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion of all time, and Rhea Ripley will have to continue her reign, not as SmackDown Women's Champion, but as Raw Women's Champion. But again, shout outs to Zelina Vega. Nothing to be ashamed of. She poured her heart out into that match, and she's got nothing to be ashamed of, but there will be other opportunities at the SmackDown Women's title down the road. There's no denying that whatsoever. But speaking of Puerto Rico and speaking of the LWO, we move on to the first of two massive main events. This one, I cannot believe that this happened. Former friends turned bitter enemies, Damian Priest of the Judgment Day and Diamond and multi-diamond recording artist Bad Bunny in a San Juan street fight. Bad Bunny, if you guys are big fans of Bad Bunny, y'all know he is one of the most charismatic, he's one of the most entertaining, and he's one of the most iconic figures in the music industry. This was his third match in WWE. His first one was 2 years ago, teaming up with Damian Priest at WrestleMania against The Miz and John Morrison. His second match was obviously at last year's Royal Rumble, where he competed in the men's Royal Rumble match, which that was the one that Brock Lesnar won in order to go to WrestleMania in Dallas. This was his third match. This one was a San Juan street fight, and every time Bad Bunny would gain a little bit of offense, Damian Priest would stop it. This was a back and forth, non-stop, chaotic match. It was absolutely nuts. And you guys know, every Monday after a premium live event, I always do a full in-depth review of the premium live event and give you guys my rating on it and go in depth with each match. This time will be no different. Get ready for that one on Monday's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. Get ready for that. But the closing moments of the match, right when Bad Bunny was about to win, Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio show up. Rey Mysterio comes out. He gets beaten down. And then we see the return of Carlito. First time in 2 years that we had seen Carlito in WWE. And then we see Savio Vega, one of the most entertaining superstars of the ruthless aggression, not ruthless aggression, of what was then known as the New Generation era. You know, back to the days of guys like Bret Hart and, you know, guys like Shawn Michaels and Owen Hart. You know, back in those days. You know, Savio Vega. He even also helped out during the Attitude Era, actually. So it was pretty cool to see Savio Vega, and then we also got to see the rest of the LWO: Santos Escobar, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde. The odds were against the Judgment Day. Damian Priest had a fucked up knee, but in the end, Bad Bunny hit Damian Priest with what he called the Bunny Destroyer to pick up the victory, and it was just insane. Shoutouts to Bad Bunny. I honestly cannot wait to see him back in the ring again at some point, because who knows? Who knows? I mean, in spite of losing in the men's Royal Rumble match, last year, he's technically undefeated. He's undefeated. So we might see him again at some point. Who knows? But shoutouts to Bad Bunny. Can't wait to see him back in WWE again. There's no telling what can happen next. But we then move on to the 6-man tag team match, which it was for the final time. The Bloodlines, Solo Sikoa, and the Usos against Matt Riddle and the undisputed tag team champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And this was a back and forth matchup. This was non-stop action, absolutely insane. Kevin Owens went spine and neck first onto steel steps. There was even a moment where Solo Sikoa was gonna hit Jey Uso with a Samoan spike, but unfortunately he did not. There was a rare incidental contact between the Usos, as I believe Jimmy Uso accidentally hit Jey with a super kick. But the closing moments of the match, Solo Sikoa tagged himself in as Riddle hit Jey Uso, I believe, with a Bro Derek. Got hit with that Samoan spike, and the Bloodline ends the rivalry once and for all. But let's not forget, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn hold both the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles, which begs the question: is WWE going to split the titles, or will they allow Owens and Zayn to go to both brands? If that's the case, then this gives the Usos another chance to go after the titles, but it won't be for a while. So I don't think the Usos will be getting another shot at the titles, which means when Roman Reigns comes back to SmackDown next week, I would not want to be the Usos. If I were them, I'd run. I would run. Yeah, Roman is not gonna be happy. But we then move on to the main event, and what you guys are about to hear might just shock you. Between the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and the Beast Brock Lesnar, I never thought we would ever see a match like that. Like, think about that, right? You have a former multi-time Intercontinental Champion, a multi-time Tag Team Champion in Cody Rhodes, facing off against a 10-time World Champion, a 2-time Royal Rumble winner, and a King of the Ring winner in Brock Lesnar. Can you believe that? I never would have imagined a scenario like that. But the match didn't even start. Cody Rhodes hit Lesnar with a suicide dive and just wailed him. Chair shot after chair shot. Steel steps after steel steps to the face. It was absolutely insane. Gained a little bit of offense, but Brock Lesnar was able to gain offense of his own. Cody Rhodes, from out of nowhere, just just not instinctively, but just randomly exposed the top turnbuckle, and just when Lesnar was gonna hit some big move, he went face first onto that exposed turnbuckle, and he started to bleed. He was bloody, and it was insane. And the closing moments of the match, I'm gonna be honest, I did not expect it. I did not expect this to end the way it did. Cody Rhodes got locked into a Kimura, and Cody Rhodes was able to balance lift his weight, shift his weight to pin Brock Lesnar's shoulders. And as the referee's hand went down for 3, Lesnar just yanked Cody Rhodes' shoulder. It was almost as if Cody Rhodes had his arm broken. So it begs the question now, is his arm really broken? Well, obviously we will find out this coming Monday on Raw, because I'm pretty sure Cody Rhodes might show up. But honestly, guys, this card, history was made, you guys. History was indeed made. But that brings me to the question of the day, which is this: what was your all-time favorite match among this card? My opinion, my honest opinion, I would have to say the San Juan street fight. I think that was the biggest match of Bad Bunny's career, because he had a chance to prove to Damian Priest how far he's come since their first match together at WrestleMania a couple of years back, and I think that match basically proved it. So again, guys, let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more premium live event predictions and results in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.